So I added some new things to my Mercari page just in case anyone was interested. I know some of you all ask me from time to time if I have one, so I do have one. I've recently added some new makeup. I've also added some new clothes, so when you get a chance to check it out, go ahead. It's in the description box down below. What's up, everyone? It is your girl, Gelbeauty-QM here, aka Grace Honey, and today we're going to get into this new powder from Rare Beauty. So this is the True to Myself Tinted Pressed Finishing Powder. So I think this will be another version of setting powder for her, and that's why she's calling it finishing powder. It says an airy, long-lasting pressed powder that instantly blurs, mattifies, and touches up makeup with light, flexible coverage that always looks like skin. So this one's actually supposed to have a little bit of coverage versus the original powder she came out with that I believe is just a setting powder. This says medium to deep setting powder. I bought this a while ago. This one is made in Italy. I'm going to assume that this one is made in Italy as well. This one has 0.35 ounces, which is 10 grams, and this one has 0.28 ounces, which is 8 grams. Now, I do not remember how much this one cost me. Hopefully, I'll have the information pop up about how much this one cost me. I think they might cost about the same, though, because I feel like I paid $30 for this as well. Do not quote me. As you can see, it's a cute little packaging going on right here. And what shade did I buy? I have the shade 2 Caramel, so this is what it looks like. I feel like it looks somewhat similar to the shade I got. I feel like this one is a little bit more red than this one is, though. So I'm liking the new colors she came out with, and they're not as red. Because you all remember, I complained about this being like kind of red. Kind of like her bronzer is, her cream bronzer. If you all remember, she came out with a cream bronzer that was kind of red. But, you know, let's get into this. So I am going to do a battle of some blushes as well. So I'm going to put her cream blush up against the Colourpop one, since everybody's saying they like look really similar. They tried to copy their packaging and everything, so I'm like, we're gonna see how similar it is, girl. So I got a couple of things to do. I will be popping in and out because Dion's live starts literally in probably like 5 minutes. So we're gonna put this foundation on and this powder. Then I'm gonna go to Dion's live. Then I'll come back and we'll do the blush situation, because we can't miss Dion's live. We just got done with my live on the, what is that palette? The Legend of Ardra from Adept Cosmetics. I need to go home and shoot my short of it, so that way you all will get that tomorrow. I feel like her palettes are art. They're always like behind something, or they always have a meaning behind them. It's not like she just made an ass of the palette, took some colors in the palette, was like, yeah, I'm gonna do that. Like, I feel like she thinks of concepts and things, and that's what I like about Adept. I feel like they're unique and have concepts. So I'm going to use her foundation, of course, because everybody's products work best for their own products. At least I hope they do. So we're gonna take the Rare Beauty foundation. I wear the shade 45ON, so I'm assuming that's olive neutral. And then I have 2 different concealers, so we're going to try both of them. You know, I like to put a brighter one toward the front and then closer to my skin tone toward the back. So the one that's closer to my skin tone is 43 Olive Warm. And then the one that's not as close is 38 Olive Warm. So they're both olive warm. It's just a question of, you know, tone. So, as you can see, it's a pretty nice match. It probably matched a little bit better if it was, you know, later. Fun fact, this is my original bottle that I bought when this came out, and I think she said they just celebrated their 3-year anniversary, so hopefully my face doesn't break out. I mean, it's always breaking out anyway, so I don't think it makes too much of a difference. It's not to be me. I would usually color correct, but I'm like, I don't necessarily feel the need to. I'm like not wearing this forever, and I'm not really going anywhere. Like, we're staying inside, we're not going outside, other than to like drive home. So I figured it doesn't matter too much. It seems like it's more difficult to blend out than I remember. Like, I feel like it kind of look like a mask for a little bit. I don't know. Okay, y'all, I haven't got a notification on my phone yet. The Dion's live is supposed to start, and I'm trying to like understand why, because it didn't even give me like the 30-minute ahead of time one. I don't know if it's because I set it so far ahead of time when she first posted them. I usually try to turn the notifications on for it to remind me, but nothing has popped up on my phone, so I might have to get up in a moment after we put on this concealer and powder and then go see what's going on, because I'm like, it should have told me by now that, you know, Dion's video started. Sometimes I'll let it play in the background just so I'm there from the beginning, and I say my highs or whatever, and then I, you know, might have to go off and do something else, but I do listen. Because she does the same thing. Sometimes it's like we can't stay and actually write stuff or do stuff because we still have to do other things, but it's like we still go. Like, sometimes I'm in Dion's live, like, editing videos, but I'm still there, and like when y'all say my name, I periodically check to, you know, like, make sure I respond to your comments. I happen to pop in and say hi and try to be as supportive as I can, because she got my back and I always try to have hers, but, you know, like, you know, we still be living life out here, so I be having to, you know, like, go do her stuff. So let's bring out this concealer. Yeah, I've been feeling real great lately, actually. And I usually feel like I'll be feeling I feel overwhelmed and stuff, but for once I feel like I'm finding better ways to like balance time and do all my social media, because that was usually like my issue. Like I have Lemonade, and then I have Instagram, and then I have YouTube, and then occasionally every once in a full moon I try to do like the whole TikTok thing. I don't really focus on the TikTok thing just because, you know, it's me. I don't really care about TikTok. I'm not even front, like I don't really care about TikTok at all. I was gonna do cream bronzer today, but I think we're just gonna skip that. I'm more concerned about getting this powder on because I can put on bronzer and other stuff when we come back. I mainly want to get the powder on, let it set in, see how it works, and then come back and do the blush and stuff after Dion's live's over. So I'll worry about that then, but I wanted to get at least like the main base done because it's not gonna take long. Throw on some blush and whatever to get it done, so. But yeah, so like I was saying, I feel like I'm learning better ways to balance my social media. So what I'll do is like on Sunday night, I'll try to like set up 2 or 3 days worth of stuff for each like social media platform to have, you know, stuff go up on. Cause, you know, I gotta have stuff to go up every day, or at least I'm trying to get more consistent on Instagram, because I feel like I used to be consistent for a little while and then I'll like fall back or whatever. But it's like what I try to do now is plan every day when something is releasing to put it on my Instagram page and then tell y'all like, oh yeah, I did this on whatever, and then put the shorts and like reels on Instagram in addition to YouTube, so depending on where you watch me, where you follow, you can see, and then try to put one picture of whatever the video is up for that day to work out. Shout out to the Bestie, because that was her idea for me to do. Because I'm put the Sigma powder underneath the eyes in the shade Honey. They're having their sale going on right now, so if you're interested in purchasing it, y'all know this is one of my favorite powders to use. Go ahead and hit the link down below on my page. They are having a semi-annual sale, and this is a great value for this powder. Plus, every time I show it to y'all, like you can see my under eye looks blurred. Like there's no lines, there's no imperfections, there's no nothing going on. Like she looks flawless. Like tell me I'm under eye look blurred. Look at that. Look how soft and focused and smooth and blurred that looks. It looks amazing. So this is definitely a powder you need to try out. You can use code Gelbeauty. They don't let me have the 87. You know, they said I can't have no numbers. So I'm just Gelbeauty with Sigma. There's only one other brand I think that just does my name as my code. But everybody else let me be Gelbeauty 87. It's only Snif and Snif and Sigma that don't let me be Gelbeauty 87. So Snif, use your name and 10 for the 10% that your customers get off, and then Sigma uses like your name and like no numbers. So that's why I'm just Gelbeauty and I'm not Gelbeauty 87 there. But I love their color corrector. I normally would have used that if I wasn't in the brush. Plus I feel like I got adequate sleep, so I didn't have to put color corrector underneath my eyes today. I still could put it around my mouth though, because that's the thing I like to do. We use the Milk Makeup Polar Eclipse Primer if anyone was curious, but let's get into this powder now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a brush for the finishing powder on this side of the face, and then the original setting powder I'm going to put on this side of the face, and we'll use a puff when I get there. So let's see what the coloring on this is looking like. Okay, so I think it is giving a more caramelly neutral tone as opposed to what they normally give, in my opinion, which is, you know, kind of like that warm reddish tone. You'll see what I'm talking about when I put on the setting powder version. You'll see it, but you know, I like the color of this. I definitely like the color of this one way better. I wish you would come out with a bronzer shade that's in more of a yellowish undertone, kind of like, you know, Rihanna did with Cocoa Naughty. And the funny thing is, when she first came out with Cocoa Naughty, fun fact, I was not a fan because I was not used to having a yellow bronzer. So I was kind of just like, I don't know how I feel about this. But it's perfect for me in like the winter time and stuff, because like in the summertime I feel like, well, it doesn't look as bad. Yeah, it does look more red on this side than it does on the other one. I was gonna say it doesn't look as bad, but yeah, I can definitely see the redness in this versus the more olivey neutral tone in the True Caramel shade. So she fixed it in the press ones. Hopefully she'll go back and make True Caramel in the actual powder form, and I like that a little bit better because I'm just feeling like this looks a tad bit more red this side. But you can comment down below and tell me if you feel or see the difference that I'm talking about. So this is what we're working with for right now. I'm gonna go watch Dion's live, and then I'll come back and we'll put on the blush, and then we'll do the word test. Okay, girl? Okay, I'll be back. Okay, y'all. So I'm back. Dion has wrapped up the live. I told everyone good night, so we're gonna put this blush on now. As you can see, during the live I was doing eyes, so this is a battle of the palettes, or old school versus new school. Can you tell which side is which? I put the ambiance palette up against the neutrals palette like I told you all I was, just to see if you could tell the difference. So comment down below and tell me, can you tell the difference? I'm so excited that Dion liked all her Sigma goodies I sent her, because they had sent me a PR package a while ago, and I had some stuff sitting on my table in my living room that I was supposed to send her. So I finally got the chance to send it out last Friday. So she got it, I think, over the weekend. And so she went ahead and, you know, unboxed it tonight. So she got the highlighter we're gonna be using in this video too. This is the golden hour one. So they send me doubles sometimes of stuff. So when they send me doubles, I make sure I send it over so Dion can try it, because sometimes she be scared it's not gonna work out for her, because you know she has sensitive skin and stuff. So I'll make sure I send over doubles or whatever it is, so that way she gets a chance to try it, and then if she likes it in the future, if she wants to get it, she knows it's not an issue and she doesn't have to spend a whole bunch of coins. So this is golden hour again. The sales going on, y'all. I'm telling you why the sales is going on. Grab whatever Sigma goodies you want to, but we're gonna focus on these blushes right now. But I did want to tell y'all what I was doing while I was going. Okay, so this is what we're working with. I'm going to put the Colourpop one on this side, and then I will put the Rare Beauty one on this side. Since we have the new powder on this side, I wanted to put their blush on this side. I don't know why. I don't know why I come up with these decisions I do, but I did. So I think the shade I had is Truth. I'm pretty sure that's what the shade is. I did remember it's Truth. Now this one is going to be a little bit deeper than the one from Colourpop. Just keep that in mind. But you know, it's still a nice blush. The thing I like about theirs is you actually can pile on a whole lot, and you don't have to like blend it out right away. Whereas with the Colourpop one, you'll see like I had to blend it out right away. If you saw my Fenty video, then you know what I'm talking about. Now, thank goodness in the Fenty video, the one I'm going to use as compared to this one worked out nicely for me, because the darker one that I used, it was a whole hot mess, honey. I was pissed. I was upset. I was like, no ma'am, Colourpop is not giving it. They better leave it to Rare Beauty, because honey, the one I used, it was honey, the hot mess it was giving, it was so disrespectful. Like it left a demarcation line on my face, and as you can see, Rare Beauty doesn't do that. So if you're gonna dupe the girls, dupe them properly. Thank you. Now the lighter one did better, so I don't know if it's just the deeper ones that leave demarcation lines, or it's just on certain shades. Like I said in that video, I have not tried that one again since, because I was just like, she's not about to disrespect me. Now I'm adding some more, and then just, you know, because I want to see if it's buildable compared to the other one, to see if the other one is buildable. So that's why I'm doing it the way I'm doing it. But you know, but I'm like, yeah, so that one I have not tried again. Now if I'm having a bad makeup day, now Dion suggested I should do underpainting with it, and I'm like, maybe I will. I want to try it again on its own though, just to see if it'll give on its own before I just, you know, start underpainting and trying to make provisions for it. Because it's like, I feel like I don't have to make provisions for the I feel like I don't have to make provisions for the one from Rare Beauty, so I don't feel like I should have to make provisions for the Colourpop one. It's like you cost less, but it's like if I have one that's gonna do the same thing, I'd rather just pay them for for less of a hassle, because you know that's, you know, you pay for what you get sometimes. And I feel like with the Colourpop one, I paid for what I got. I got a $10 version of a blush that was a wonderful formula and didn't leave demarcation lines. So we're gonna use this Real Techniques brush to use it, because I found when I used the brush I just used on the Rare Beauty side that I had issues with blending it out. So that's why I was like, maybe I should need to stick to a certain brush too. So it's like, then you gotta keep tools in mind and all that. I ain't trying to do all that. I just want to rub it on my face and go. So the fact that I had to do all that just to get all that, to me, was already an issue. Now I know these aren't gonna be exact, but I feel like they'll be close enough, so we're just gonna work with it, girls. Okay, just gonna work with it. So I'm not gonna be take on my makeup to like, good God, probably 12 something at night, just because, you know, it's been so late. So as you can see, they're not matching. I feel like it was the closest color I had to this one though, so I just had to work with what I had. So I'm lightly patting it out. And now this one shade, I didn't find leave a demarcation line. This is the shade She's Cute. It was this shade called, I believe, Wildest Dreams. It's like the brightish pink one. The one that's like one of the real popular shades right now when it comes to blush, because it's, you know, pink. I felt like it was very disappointing. It left a demarcation line on my face. I came to camera for you all to see. So I'm fine with this She's Cute shade. So I'm thinking when it comes to their brand of blushes, if I do want to try more, I would have to get a lighter shade. So we're going to build this one up again, put a few more dots on it just to see how it builds up. And then we're going to put like a powder blush on top, because with the way my, you know, oily combination skin is set up, we can't just be out here, you know, doing that or whatever. So yeah. Now I do have on the NYX bronzer. in Butter Days. It's a good dupe for Maui Nights. So if you like Maui Nights from Becca, they did not bring their bronzers back when they came back with a few things for Sigma that were popular to the brand, like their highlighters and their under eye corrector. Random side note, if you like the Becca under eye corrector, you'll love the one from Sigma, and you get 2 colors for the price of one when it comes to the Sigma one, because they give you one for dark to deep. So they have that deeper orange tone one that Sigma has, and then they have like a lighter orange tone one that would work for you. So if you're into that, Sigma has something to cover that too. And I'm so excited because they're supposed to be having skin tints coming out, y'all. I'm telling you, the excitement I feel for these skin tints. You would think I never tried a skin tint in my life, but I'm just excited that they're coming up with skin tints. We're gonna take the shade Lilac Mist and put it on top. I was gonna use the deeper one, but that's the first one I grabbed out the drawer, so that's what we're gonna work with. Thank you. Okay, so I have 2 of this brush, so I'm just gonna put 1 on each side just to make sure you don't say messed up. So we'll start off with the Rare Beauty shade and this blush. I liked their blushes. It was just a question of finding the tone that I felt like works best for my skin tone. So the original set, they only had 1 color that I thought was okay, and it didn't give like as much pigmentation I was hoping it would give. So I didn't really worry about them. But since they came out with more for their Moon Wish Soman 2 collection, I went ahead and got these. I'm sorry, I told y'all my grandmother's neighbors have special needs, so that's what you hear outside, the random yelling. It's the man next door who has the special needs. He likes to play with the trash can. Only thing I don't like is when he like pulls the trash cans back in before they take the trash. Cause like last week, I had put it out, and I put it out on the street, and I guess he didn't realize that, you know, they hadn't come and got it yet. I don't know if he looked inside or what, but he like pulled my trash can back and put it on the side of the house. I mean, it was 2 trash cans out there, but I knew I had put out all 3, so now I was confused. I was like, well, where's the other can? So he had pulled the actual trash can back, and they didn't get to take the actual trash. They took like the yard waste, and they took the recyclables, like the boxes and stuff like that, but they didn't take my actual trash because he had pulled it back up to the side. Now he does that trying to help, because like when they let him go take their trash back inside, he'll just be nice and grab my trash too, because when I see him, he's like, hi, and he waves and he yells really loud, and I would just, you know, be polite and wave and yell hi really loud back. It's like it doesn't matter if I'm not necessarily in a good mood or not. Like when I see him, it's like, you know, he doesn't know the difference between people having good moods and bad moods. I feel like, I don't know, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm like, I don't ever want him to feel like, you know, like I'm gonna give him an attitude or he's gonna have a bad experience with me. So whenever he walks up and he's like hi really loud and cheeses, I just give him a hi back and, you know, going by day. So I'm gonna take my Sigma F03 High Cheekbone highlighter brush. I love this brush, and like I told you, we're gonna say golden hour again. It's one of those classic like glow from within highlighters, and the crazy thing is you don't see it like face forward, but when like you turn your head, that's when people see you have the glow. Again, if you did not watch Dion's live that I was watching before I came back to this, like you missed out on it. Like she showed you like when you face on, it looks like you don't have any like highlighter on, but then you turn bam and it's like pow, like highlighters just all in your face, like bam pow. Now I didn't put on that much, but like if you pick up a decent amount and then you turn your head, it's like bam, pow, just ta-da, highlighters all in your face, and you're like, yes. Like the girls were sleeping on me in the highlight. They thought I didn't have on any until I turned my cheek, and then bam, pow. So see, it's like head on, you don't see anything, but it's like bam, I turn and we're just highlighted to the quartz. But yeah, so I'm gonna come and pick them up, and they talk and say hi too. So like, it's good to have a good relationship with the neighbors, I guess. I think we might do a little experiment, because I'm here, you're here, everyone's here. So we're going to take the Fenty lip liner, and I wouldn't, and I'm going to compare it to the $2 E.L.F. one, just because it's like, why not? I'm here, you're here, everyone's here, the lip liners are here. Let's try it out so we can see what the colors look like. And then I'll take 2 different shades. So we're basically going to do some affordable lips versus a high-end lip, since we versing other things anyway. Like we already versing the Colourpop against the Rare Beauty. So this is going to be the Fenty side, of course, and then we'll put the affordable side on that side, since we already got Colourpop over there. So swatching, I wouldn't. I mean, she's super creamy and nice. E.L.F. And it's almost as smooth and creamy. I feel like Rihanna's is just a tad bit creamier. So this is the shade I wouldn't from Miss Bad Gal Riri. This is I wouldn't, and this is, I believe it's called Chocolate from E.L.F. I feel like theirs is pretty nice. The only thing is that's the deepest shade they have, so that's just something you have to keep in mind. If you want more than that shade, you're fresh out of luck when it comes to Colourpop. I mean E.L.F, they are not giving anything deeper than that. That's the deepest one they got. I think they might have a black one, but again, you know, like that's what you're getting, girl. Don't expect them to look exactly the same. I feel like the one from Colourpop is lighter because it's supposed to be more warmish brown because it's you know. Okay, so this is the Colourpop PSL Pumpkin Spice Latte, and then this is the Spiced Out one, or Spice Out, from Miss Riri. As you can see, hers I feel like gives a more neutrally-ish, grayish purple, cool tone undertone situation. So we're gonna put on Miss Rihanna's lip liner now. Keep in mind, Rihanna has 4 more lip liners. I'm sorry, it has 3 more brown lip liner shades, whereas with this E.L.F one, like, it's the only brown you can get. But I mean, like, I want to compare the quality, because it's like if you're in a pinch and you really need a lip line, I want to see how this will hold up against Miss Riri's. Now, if they came up with more shades, I feel like it'd be dangerous, because I remember these being pretty creamy. They all lack when it comes to shades, and they focus more on lighter shades. That's why the girls wanted Riri to come up with lip liners long ago, because we knew she was gonna have 3 or 4 brown shades, while everybody else has the token brown shade like the one I'm using now from E.L.F. So for comparison, remember this is Rihanna's side and E.L.F. I feel like they look pretty similar on the lips, whereas on the swatch I feel like the E.L.F. one looks a little bit deeper. And the E.L.F. one looks like it's a little bit more creamier, like it doesn't sit down. Like Rihanna's feels like, it looks like it sits down to a matte finish. Whereas if you look at this one, like, I don't know if you see, but do you see how this one still looks like it's a little wet, like it's a satin matte type thing? It hasn't fully sat down, whereas Rihanna's has fully sat down. It could just be me, or maybe it just takes longer to sit down. I honestly don't know. But now we're gonna put on Riri's Spice Cold. Gives off on a purple-esque vibe to it, and it has the standard Gloss Balm scent to it. Now we're gonna put on PSL. Now I feel like both of them give like your lips but better vibes, and on the lips again I feel like you might not necessarily be able to tell the difference in color. I just feel like this side looks a little bit warmer than the Fenty side, and that's the only difference I can tell. But comment down below, let me know if you can tell the difference. Remember, this is Rihanna's side and this is the Colourpop side. Now just keep in mind, remember the Colourpop ones are supposed to plump the lips, so that's supposed to be the I guess benefit of getting the Colourpop ones over the Fenty ones. The Fenty one's just gonna give you that glossy lip balm and a stick, as opposed to, you know, the traditional lip balm that she makes. Whereas with the ones from Colourpop, you are gonna get a plumping sensation. And when it comes to the lip liner, I don't feel like it's still dried down really, so it gives more of a satin kind of glossy finish to their lip liner, and Riri's is just like a standard matte look to the lips. So if you like a more glossy look to your lip liner and then you put this plumping lip gloss on top, you might like it. But otherwise, I'm feeling like they're looking pretty similar. Just keep in mind, like I said, Colourpop one's gonna give you that token 1 brown shade, whereas Riri is going to give you a variety of browns for a variety of brown girls. So I like that. And then the lip glosses, I feel like I like either one. I like the fact that Rihanna has unique colors to hers, as opposed to I feel like a lot of the other people kind of pick just generic safe colors, if you will. I feel like she tried to put different undertones and stuff underneath and keep that in mind when it came to different skin tones, so we wouldn't all have the same type of color, because with different undertones you might get better color from Rihanna's than you might get from the Colourpop ones. I do like the Colourpop ones though. Like, out of all the affordable ones I've tried, I like the Colourpop ones the best. And then I would say I like the E.L.F. one. I feel like the Colourpop one just does a little bit more than the E.L.F. one. The Tarte ones, the original ones, they're really nice as well, but if I had to pick one, I'd probably just go with the Colourpop ones, just because I know they're more affordable and you're going to get a better sale. So if you're looking for a good plumping click stick, I would say get the Colourpop ones, because you can pick them up at Ulta at a great price, or you can go on Colourpop's website and use an influencer's code and get a good deal. So, but when it comes to the lip liners, we're here for Team Riri just because she gave the brown girls 4 shades to choose from. However, if you're on a budget, I wouldn't say count the E.L.F. ones out. We'll see how they wear side by side though. I have not eaten dinner yet, but I did eat earlier, and I don't know that I am going to eat dinner. I'm going to drink something though, so it'll probably wear off and I might have to reapply, but you know, I'll talk to y'all later on tonight. Okay, girl? Okay. skincare girls will be back. This will be working with. Remember which side is which. As you can see, both the lips have come off. I didn't eat anything, I just drank something, but I feel like they're the type of formula after a while it just like fades away and you have to reapply. So they both lasted the same amount of time though. I will give them that. Wait, no, I did eat some candy, so maybe they came off with that. I don't know. But the face is looking pretty nice on both sides. Remember, this is the new side with the blush from Rare Beauty, and this is the old side with the original setting powder and the Colourpop blush. So I feel like the Colourpop blush is fading, but I feel like the Colourpop blush was lighter to begin with, so I don't know if that's necessarily fair or true. Remember the Sigma powder and the Sigma highlighter we have on. Remember, Sigma powder isn't a mattifying powder, it's a soft focusing one, so I still feel like we look nice and soft focused. We just look oily because I didn't set down my primer and all that stuff the way I normally do. So that's just something to keep in mind. But I'm feeling the face. I'm thinking it's real cute. Like, I do feel like the Rare Beauty blush is lasting longer and isn't breaking up by the oils. It's easy. I did spray my face with the Tilbury setting spray that I normally use after I get off camera with you all, but I'll say I'm very impressed. I feel like the Colourpop and the Fenty last the same amount of time. As far as the lip liners go, as you can see, they're both still on the lips. I feel like in this area right here though, like the E.L.F one is starting to wear away, whereas the Fenty one is solid and firm. So that's just something to keep in mind. But the lip sticks or gloss sticks or lip balm sticks, whatever you want to call them, child, they I feel like they lasted pretty well. So shout out to them. I think I'm feeling that. It's a whole vibe. I'm liking that. But otherwise, I feel like the face actually did pretty well. Now, this didn't claim to be a mattifying powder. It just said it's supposed to blur and finish. And I do feel like my face looks nice and blurred and finished in the areas that we put it in. I would have to maybe use it as literally a finishing powder and just dust around everything to buff it in after I put a mattifying powder on to control oils right now. Now, in the wintertime, I might be able to just use it on its own with a regular soft focus powder like my Sigma powder and then press it on top as like a nice little finishing moment. But for right now, she's not working for me in the summertime unless we put in some more work. But I will say it's a nice finish, and I do feel like it's blurred and lasted quite long on the face, because remember, we put this on at like, I want to say 7 o'clock, 7:15, and it is now like 2:30 in the morning. So I left it on for the full 8 hours because I had some editing to do anyway, so it wasn't like I set up just to do this. But she's impressive, I must say. I like it. And the original one looks pretty much the same. I feel like this one is a little bit brighter than the original. Again, comment down below and tell me what you think. I felt like this one was a little bit more red than the new color she came out with. So it's good that she's listened to feedback. I want her to come out with a like yellowish neutral type version of her cream bronzer stick. I feel like that would be perfect, because then I'd have one for the winter and one for the summertime. But otherwise, I'm impressed with this product. I feel like if you have dry normal skin, it'll probably work a little bit better for you though than it does for me, but that's just my opinion. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Remember, you all the diamonds. Make sure you subscribe. The membership's down below if you're interested, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Be blessed, girl. Bye. Okay, y'all, let's go from day to night with this cute little two-piece situation. So there's actually a pair of matching shorts that goes with this, but I'm starting off the day real cute like with a pair of distressed white jeans with this nice shirt. My necklace is from J. Crew. If you want to buy this set, which you'll see the shorts in a few moments, when we go to the night portion of this little short, you can get them from my Poshmark page. I'll have it linked down below, but I thought this was too cute. I have one extra small, one small, 2 mediums, and 1 large for anyone interested. But this is what we're working with. This to me is a perfect little daytime brunch with the girls situation.